my name is Artasia Olivia. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well, feeling like more. So today we will be talking about how to become a working actor. Yes, I know you guys are gonna ask me. This is like the ultimate and most asked question that I get is like, how do I get started as an actor? How do I get started as an actress? What should I do? What are your tips? So stay tuned, check out this video, and you're gonna find out how to become an actor. Let's get started. By the way, guys, if you stay to the end of the video, I have a nice surprise for you. So rule number one, if you want to become an actor, rule number one, you need to have professional headshots. So not no little mirror selfies or anything like that. You need professional actor headshots. And the reason you need headshots is because this is literally the basic item that you would need to audition and the most basic item you would need to represent you as an actor. Your headshots is very important. They need to look nice, they need to look crisp and very prestigious. So I recommend researching headshot photographers, especially like go to the ones that specialize in actors, because headshots are kind of different for models and actors. So I suggest you to research really good photographers in your area and get some good headshots going. All right, moving on to tip number two. You need to create a resume. Even if you don't have much on your actor's resume, you need to start one, just so you can have the template already down pat, and once you start doing things, you can just start plugging it in and adding it. Starting a actor's resume is very important, right along with your headshots, because it also is another basic item that represents you as an actor. Your headshots and your resume, that's very, very major. That's like the basic two things you need: a headshot and resume. And resumes, it just obviously is self-explanatory. It showcases your work, it showcases what you've done already. It showcases what you have going on. And acting resumes are very, very different from regular resumes, professional resumes. So please be mindful that you have the right template. Please be mindful that you're putting the right stuff on there that needs to be on there. There are plenty of videos and articles about, you know, what should be on your actor's resume and how it should look. I may create some more videos about that, but yeah, so definitely have a great resume. And if you haven't done anything, still start that resume and make sure you have a good layout going, so that way when you do stuff, you already have it all set up for you. Just plug in things in. All right, so moving on to tip number three. Tip number three, consistently train. And when I say train, I mean real training, not no bullcrap training. You need to consistently train and take acting classes. You need to go to workshops for actors. You need to watch videos about acting. You need to watch master classes. You need to do different things to train. So you need to train like online, in person. Also, like, you can get one-on-one coaching once you start really getting good, or I guess really anytime you can afford it, but definitely acting classes, workshops, videos, just different things that can train you to become a better actor and that can make you get better and progress your talent. I suggest acting classes for anybody that wants to be an actor and wants to continue an actor. Some people may think like, oh, I don't need acting classes, I don't need it, I'm good. You may think you're good, but really you're not good. And also, acting classes is something to where you're always going to need, even when you're a professional actor. So beginner actors train, intermediate actors train, and professional actors train. So acting classes is for everybody. A lot of people, there's this big misconception that you don't need to take acting classes if you're at a certain level. No, you do. You're always training. You can never get enough training. Like boxers. The boxers train before they have their first big match or whatever, and then even after they're world champs, they still train. So yeah. Moving on to tip number 4. After you have your headshots, your resume, and your training, then once you feel comfortable with your talent, you should start submitting for roles. And you can do this on several platforms such as Actors Access, Backstage, Facebook groups, networking. However you can come across roles and submissions and auditions, go for it. Once you at a certain level, of course. You can submit for student films, like day player roles, extra roles. Hold on, I'm gonna speak on extra roles though. And non-union, union roles. Just keep in mind with the extra roles, me personally, I don't do extra roles that don't make sense. I do extra roles that are a part of big productions, like I did Saints and Sinners. Like I'll do extra roles that are worth it and that, you know, just make sense. Like don't do no extra role for a student film that, you know, don't have any celebrities or isn't going to be much. It's just for a grade in class or something. Don't do that. Do extra roles that make sense, like for big companies such as Disney, Marvel, you know, popular shows such as, you know, P-Valley, Power, whatever. Like do that type of extra work. That's just my personal opinion. Some people say don't do extra work at all because you get stuck there. I don't feel like you get stuck there. I just feel like it's a good opportunity to take when you have free time to do it. And then some people say it's this big misconception that you have to start as an extra to get speaking roles. That's not the case. You start as an extra you start getting speaking roles by getting your headshots, your resume, training, and submitting for roles, not by becoming an extra. Extras work is just like something supplemental to what you're already doing. And then, like I said, submitting for non-union and union roles. Obviously, you're going to start off in non-union roles. Non-union is something. Oh, first of all, the union is a organization that keep the professionalism in acting and professionalism in different areas of TV and film up to date and regulated by laws, pretty much. So union and non-union are, you know, different sections of TV and film roles. And when you're starting out, it's good to apply for non-union, but again, if you decide to apply for or submit for union roles, just keep in mind that it's not a good idea to join the union so quickly. I may make a separate video about that. Just because, you know, you're competing with the big boys when you become union, and once you get a union role, and first of all, it's different ways and different steps that you have to take before you even become a part of the union. So it's okay to submit for union roles. I know a lot of people are scared to submit for union roles, or they feel like you can't submit for a union role if you're not in a union. You can submit for union roles if you're not in a union. It's just whether they want people that are non-union in a union project. That's a whole nother conversation. But again, tip number 4 is submit for roles. Tip number 5, create a demo reel. So once you got your headshots, once you got your resume, once you've been consistently training, once you start submitting for roles, and then once you book those roles, then you're going to want to create something called a demo reel, which is kind of like a trailer of how good you act, like a movie trailer of your acting skills. Pretty much that's how I like to think of it. And it's it's composed of different projects that you've done, different short films, feature films, TV shows, skits or whatever of your talent. And there are companies that create your demo reels for you, and you can just kind of show up one day and have different outfits and create one. That's kind of like the cheat code. Or you can actually take different projects that you book and compose it into one video. Demo reels are usually about 2 to 5 minutes long, not too crazy, but something you can kind of show people what you can do. So yeah, so last but not least, step number 6 is to repeat steps 1 through 5. Yeah, so this is kind of like the rhythm and flow of things to becoming a working actor. So again, you always get your headshots, you start your resume, you consistently train, you submit for roles, you create a demo reel, and then you're just going to constantly update these things. The better you get, the more roles you book. You're just going to continue to update your reel, your update your resume, your headshots and stuff like that. You're always going to train, and you're always going to submit for roles. And you guys, if you stayed to the end, you definitely have a bonus tip, a very, very, very important bonus tip that I want to give y'all when trying to become a working actor. Are you guys ready? So my bonus tip for people that are very, very serious about becoming a actor, a professional actor or actress, now some people may take this the wrong way. Some people may take it the best way possible, but my advice, being realistic, you have to move to LA, Atlanta, or New York City. I'm sorry, it's just realistic, being realistic. You cannot be trying to become an actor in freaking Connecticut or other states that just don't have the opportunities. They don't have they don't have the chances that you can have in LA, Atlanta, or New York. So if you're really serious about acting, if you're really serious about getting into this industry, I suggest you need to relocate, because these people that are already in Atlanta, New York City, and LA, they ain't stopping for nobody. Oh, they all got no breaks, baby. So to compete with those kind of people, you need to put yourself in a situation to where you're around those people and in that environment, and you have the same resources these people have to compete for some of the same roles that they are trying out for, or I should say auditioning for. So if this video is helpful in any kind of way, please like, subscribe, and comment down below, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.